Wealthy people often buy time, not things. Have you ever noticed something interesting? When many people start earning more money, they tend to buy more expensive things. A better car, a bigger house, the latest smartphone, a luxury watch. But there is another group of people who do something very different. They use their money to buy time. And this may be one of the biggest differences that most people never notice. Because if you think about it deeply, money is not just a tool for buying things. Money is a tool for buying choices, and one of the most valuable choices money can buy is time. Today we're going to explore why wealthy people often buy time instead of things, and how this way of thinking can transform anyone's life, even if you don't have much money right now. Let's start with a simple fact. Every human being has the same amount of time. No one has 25 hours in a day. No one can buy an extra day. Whether you're a laborer, a small business owner, an office worker, an entrepreneur, or a billionaire, everyone gets the same 24 hours. Yet the outcomes of their lives can be dramatically different. Why? Because the difference is not the amount of time they have. The difference is how they use it. Many people spend most of their lives exchanging time for money. They work for 1 hour and get paid for that hour. They work for 8 hours and receive a daily wage. They work for a month and receive a monthly salary. There's nothing wrong with that. Almost everyone starts there. The problem begins when life never moves beyond that cycle. Time is spent working. Work creates exhaustion, rest follows. Then the cycle repeats the next day. As a result, very little time remains to build something greater. Now imagine two people. The first person earns $5 per hour. The second person earns $50 per hour. One day, both of them need to spend 2 hours doing a simple task. Maybe standing in line, cleaning the house, or handling basic administrative work. Physically, they spend the same amount of time, 2 hours. But economically, those 2 hours have very different values. For the first person, 2 hours may be worth $10. For the second person, those same 2 hours are worth $100. This is why many successful people willingly pay others to handle certain tasks. Not because they are lazy, not because they are incapable, but because they understand that their time has significant value. They would rather spend those hours on activities that create greater impact. But there's an even deeper lesson here. Many people believe that when income increases, happiness comes from buying more expensive things. Yet often, the most valuable purchase isn't the thing itself, it's the time that purchase gives back. For example, someone buys a tool that cuts their workload in half, or uses software that automates repetitive tasks, or hires someone to help with certain responsibilities. At first glance, these look like expenses, but in reality, they are investments, because what they're really buying is not a product or a service, they're buying time. And free time can be used for things that matter more: learning, building a business, developing new skills, spending time with family, or simply thinking more clearly about the future. One of the most common mistakes people make when their income rises is increasing their lifestyle faster than they increase their freedom. When they earn more, they buy a more expensive car. When their business grows, they increase their consumption. When profits rise, they spend more on things they don't truly need. The problem is that many of these purchases come with hidden costs: maintenance, repairs, taxes, insurance, and countless other obligations. As a result, money increases, but life doesn't necessarily become freer. Sometimes it becomes even more complicated. Now consider this question. If you suddenly had more money, what would you buy? Most people immediately think about things, but perhaps a better question is, how can I use this money to get more of my time back? Because free time creates opportunities, and opportunities often generate far more value than possessions. Imagine having just 1 extra hour every day. Maybe you spend it reading, learning a new skill, studying marketing, understanding investing, learning about technology, or building a side business. 1 hour doesn't seem like much, but over a year, that hour compounds into something powerful. There is an important concept in economics called opportunity cost. Every choice you make means giving up another possibility. When you spend 3 hours on something unimportant, you may be sacrificing the chance to do something far more valuable. The challenge is that opportunity costs are invisible. We see the money we spend, but we rarely see the opportunities we lose. Yet in the long run, lost opportunities are often far more expensive than the money itself. This is why successful people tend to protect their time so carefully. They don't only measure money, they also measure hours. They constantly ask themselves, is this activity truly important? Does this task need to be done by me? Is there a more efficient way? Can this process be automated? Can a system handle this better? They are always searching for ways to achieve greater results with the same amount of time. Because they understand a simple truth: lost money can be earned again. Lost time cannot. Ironically, many people spend their entire lives sacrificing time in pursuit of money. Then later, they wish they could use money to buy back the years they lost. But time doesn't work that way. There is no store that sells yesterday. There is no bank that stores lost years. That's why decisions about time matter today, not someday in the future. Does this mean we should never buy things? Of course not. Things have value. A home provides shelter. A vehicle provides mobility. Tools make work easier. But there is a huge difference between buying something that improves your life and buying something simply to impress other people. The right purchase can save time. The wrong purchase can consume it. Perhaps this is the most important lesson of all. True wealth is not always measured by how much money you have. Often, true wealth is measured by how many choices you have. The choice to work, the choice to rest, the choice to learn, the choice to spend time with family, the choice to decide how your life will be lived. And all of those choices ultimately come from one thing: time. So starting today, try changing one question in your life. Don't just ask, how can I make more money? Also ask, how can I get more of my time back? Because the most valuable asset you will ever own may not be your house, your gold, your investments, or your bank account. It may simply be your ability to spend your time on what truly matters. In the end, a wealthy life is not a life filled with possessions. It is a life filled with the freedom to choose how your time is spent. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this perspective on money, time, and life, consider subscribing and sharing this video with someone who might benefit from it. See you in the next video.